9 hikers went into the mountains. None of them came back alive.
And to this day, no one can explain what happened to them.
January 27, 1959.
A group of 9 experienced hikers from the Ural Polytechnic Institute set out on a skiing expedition to Otorten Mountain in the northern Urals of Soviet Russia.
The group was led by 23-year-old Igor Dyatlov, an experienced mountaineer.
They were all fit, skilled, and well-equipped. This was supposed to be a routine expedition. For the first few days, everything went according to plan. The group documented their journey with photographs and diary entries, laughing and singing as they pushed through the frozen wilderness. On February 1st, they set up their final camp on the slope of Kolytsayakal.
In the indigenous Mansi language, the name of this mountain translates to Dead Mountain. The last photograph taken by the group shows them setting up camp in deteriorating weather. After this moment, there are no more diary entries. No more photographs. Only silence.
When the group failed to return on their expected date, search parties were dispatched. On February 26, they found the tent.
It had been ripped open from the inside.
Footprints in the snow showed that the hikers had fled the tent in a panic, many of them barefoot, some wearing only socks or a single shoe. In temperatures of -30 degrees. Something had terrified them so badly that they chose to run into a frozen death rather than stay in their tent. The first 2 bodies were found at the edge of a forest, a mile from the tent. They were wearing almost nothing. A fire had been started but had gone out. Branches on a nearby tree were broken up to 5 meters high, as if someone had desperately tried to climb it.
To escape from what?
3 more bodies were found between the tent and the forest, frozen in positions that suggested they were trying to return to camp. They died alone, in the dark, in the snow.
It took 2 more months to find the remaining 4.
They were discovered at the bottom of a ravine, buried under 4 meters of snow. And this is where the mystery becomes truly disturbing. 2 of the 4 had major chest fractures, the kind of force you'd see in a high-speed car crash. 1 was missing her tongue, her eyes, and part of her lips.
Yet there were no external wounds. No signs of a struggle.
The Soviet forensic examiner wrote, quote, "The force required to cause such damage could not have been inflicted by another human being." When investigators tested the clothing of the victims, some of the garments showed abnormally high levels of radiation.
The Soviet government immediately classified the case. The official conclusion? An unknown compelling force.
Theories have ranged from avalanche to military testing, from indigenous Mansi attacks to infrasound-induced panic.
Some say they stumbled onto a secret weapons test.
Others whisper about something far worse waiting on that mountain. In over 60 years, not a single theory has fully explained every piece of evidence.
9 people walked up that mountain.
Something up there killed them. And whatever it was powerful enough to make 9 experienced hikers tear open their own tent and run barefoot into -30-degree darkness, choosing certain death by freezing over whatever was inside that tent with them.
The Dyatlov Pass remains one of the most chilling unsolved mysteries in human history.
If you found this story disturbing, subscribe for more real-life horror stories that will keep you up at night.